Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications on future uploads. Hello everyone, Someone Bard here, or you can call me Sully. A couple of weeks ago, I made this post about me not resuming my new movie reviews videos. Feel free to pause it. But you can still read my new movie reviews either by going to my community posts on my channel, or by going to my Patreon to view them for free. So sorry for not continuing this, and sorry for this one being late. With that said, let's go over the movies that I saw in theaters in January 2023. 6 of them to be exact. The first film of 2023 is a horror film of a killer doll with AI, and it's an okay one, but not quite as intense or interesting. Megan. Director Gerald Johnstone has made an okay horror film with fine characters, an okay story, and alright puppetry and effects. It's a killer doll movie for sure, and goes by the way the Chucky reboot went of having the doll be an AI that does harm to those that hurt the owner. But unlike the Chucky reboot where the AI was secretly tampered with on one doll before being shipped out, Megan, the name of the doll, is created by one person and is a prototype designed to support a child from emotional and physical harm, only to go too far. It might be an interesting take on the killer doll formula, but it tends to be more of a what you see is what you get type of movie, and I would have liked a better ending or a possible twist than what was given. There are hints of victim blaming and they don't go too far, which I'm okay with. But it's not that scary and certain moments could have been elaborated more. In short, it's not bad, but on occasion it's typical and doesn't deliver much on suspense. A hint better than the Chucky reboot, but not by much. 2.5 mixed stars. The second film, which came out in December in limited release, but out worldwide in January, is another okay one, but a hint more. The Whale. Director Darren Aronofsky has made an okay drama based on a play by Samuel D. Hunter, with okay characters, an okay story, and really good makeup. It's a simple premise about how one obese man wants to reconnect with his estranged daughter after leaving her and his ex-wife for a man, and that all takes place in one apartment room, and it also shows the value of honesty with Brendan Fraser in a comeback role as the obese man named Charlie, and wanting or needing the truth of his daughter and those who see or visit him. And as good as Brendan is in the role and the makeup on him is amazing, there tends to be one too many stabs at him, especially from his daughter, given his medical condition and his past, and I'm too fond of that, even when Brendan, as Charlie, is being optimistic and positive. I like the movie for Brendan, the makeup, and its premise, but not so much towards the shaming, the daughter, with her attitude and actions, and sometimes the mother. As is, The Whale is an okay film by me, and that's as honest as I can be. 2.5 mixed stars. This next one is a remake of a Swedish film that's based on a Swedish book, but it happens to star Tom Hanks and is filmed in my home state of Pennsylvania, and it's quite a nice one too. A Man Called Otto. Director Mark Forrester has made a nice comedy drama based on the 2012 Swedish book En man som heter Ove, or A Man Called Ove, by Fredrik Backman, and a 2015 Swedish film of the same name by Hans Helm, with nice characters, a fine story, and neat music by Thomas Newman. While its premise is a neat one, about a curmudgeon named Otto who has a distaste for how everything and everyone in the community around him go, until new neighbors help him in finding appreciation in life, I tend to find myself laughing a few times, and in some instances, I was laughing alongside the audience more than laughing at what's on the screen. Yet the humor was rather mixed, and there is a side story involving a real estate agency that felt off to me, and occasional bits of repetition, even if it's a different way. But with that said, it's not that bad. I would have liked for there to be a better way to get Otto to be more friendly without the real estate involved, yet some of the comedy, the characters, and its score made it a nearly decent watch. 2.5 plus stars. But this next one is so odd and bizarre that it's pretty much a boring mess, even for a remake of a film that I haven't seen yet. House Party. Director Calmatic has made an odd but kind of boring film with uninteresting characters, a boring setup, and bizarreness that's not fun or funny. While it's a remake of the 1990 film, which I haven't seen, or its sequels, this update does work without needing to see the original, but I found myself being uninterested in it, even with all the oddness going on. I didn't find anything funny in it, except for maybe one small chuckle. The cameos featured in it didn't have much build-up or aren't too surprising to see, and some zaniness ranging from a drugged koala to a scene crossing Gladiator and Eyes Wide Shut, many of which did seem out of the blue, but I felt unmoved by them. In short, it was like a boring mess and not funny. And for the most part, I don't know what to make of it. 2.5 minus stars. Yet this one is a sequel that I found to be better than the original. Just a little bit. Missing. Directors Will Merrick and Nick Johnson have made a decent follow-up to Searching from 2018 with alright characters, a decent story, and good effects and edits. While I didn't find myself enjoying Searching for the final twist ending and several cliché moments and plot details, usually around the main lead, this one, even though it's set in the same universe as Searching, but set years later and following new characters, does a better job at constructing its narrative than the previous film, having better twists, letting the main lead be a bit smarter, and having better suspense. Not to mention being a reverse of the original, with a daughter finding her mother, and switching perspectives done in the original to fit with the twists. But as much as it does good, the film felt like it ends once too often, similar to how Searching did, which is tricky given the style of filmmaking. But at least the final twist made it worth it, and all of the editing, effects, and suspense worked out well. So it's better than what Searching did, but not quite. 2.5 plus stars. And this last one I'm looking at is an original film that's interesting for its setup and visuals, even if it's not as attention-grabbing as the director's previous film, Infinity Pool. Director Brandon Cronenberg has made a surreal yet interesting horror crime thriller with alright characters, an interesting story, and fine effects when needed. While it isn't as grabbing or provocative as Brandon's previous film, Possessor, it's unique in presenting a setup about a man who joins a group of people who are part of an organization that clones them after committing a crime, and they themselves watch their executions and continue the cycle. But what's unique about it is that it doesn't quite explain whether or not the one being executed is the real one or a clone. And some of its surrealness, whether it be the cloning process, a dream, or involving a psychedelic drug, feels like a wonder. However, some things aren't quite as attention-grabbing, and I would have liked it more if it offered more about the other characters and had a more fitting conclusion. Yet for where it goes visually with the use of cinematography, edits, and the twisted message of facing your past, it's not too bad. 2.5 plus stars. And that is it. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon for more movie reviews, and until next time, for a new video.